Am I overreacting? Caught the plasterer doing work on my kitchen, peeing into his plaster mix that he's about to put on the walls. I want everything he has already plastered removed and done again by someone else. Am I overreacting? I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Well, I need to hear more first.
Yeah, what did she do?
And her name was Miss Little Pea Boy.
So before we move on, just remember rule number 1. Remember the human.
Whoa.
What did an AI write the rules to our Am I Overreacting?
Remember the human.
Number 2, words rule.
Okay, I will try to keep this as short as I possibly can. That's what they wrote, not me. I've been having work done on my kitchen. It is through a larger company who I tell what I want. They tell me how much it will cost and deal with everything else. Everything has been fine apart from the lack of communications. This was until the plasterer showed up on Thursday. I've complained elsewhere on Reddit about him looking for advice. Okay, first note here: if you're trying to keep this as short as possible, you don't need any of this. Don't need to know about the company.
Well, I like the details.
Okay, fair enough. He just didn't want to do the job. He has not stopped muttering under his breath and complaining since he started, and he is really, really dragging his feet. It got so bad on Friday, I contacted the site manager explaining to him I couldn't listen to him complain anymore, and the speed of the work was simply not where it needed to be. The site manager assured me he would be moving on to a different job, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, okay, so you pissed him off, and then he started
Yeah.
paying in the thing. Okay, yeah. That's
Lo and
awesome.
behold, he wasn't. I was out of the house when he came today, and the other guys on the site let him in. They left him to go. Not happy about this. Came home. He has stood in my kitchen over his bucket of plaster, and he's just pissing into it like a racehorse. I screamed at him, "What are you doing?" He zipped up, looked shocked, and shouted, "It's not what it looks like." What the fuck else does it look like?
Peeing like a damn racehorse.
I told him to get out, which he did without argument. I rang his site manager again. He obviously didn't believe me. Why would you believe me? Why would anyone do that? But I think the fact that I was in hysterics made him believe at least something had happened. The thing is, this guy has had a few periods of time where he has been on his own, so I don't know if this is the first time he was peeing in the bucket or if all the plaster that is already on my walls is mixed with his urine.
I love that he's made himself part of the house.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
He's going to be with you for the rest of your life.
That's cool.
You have piss walls.
Self-preservation.
Well,
That
does it
must
smell
smell
bad in
bad.
the walls, or is it actually not a problem?
I don't think human piss keeps like
Yeah,
cat
right?
piss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Get like a hair dryer and just blow all your walls.
You got to blow that out.
Yeah.
You know, if it doesn't smell bad, you're really just making a problem that doesn't exist.
Yeah, but you're going to think about it forever.
Uh-huh.
Like anytime you're having like a rough moment and you just have like 10 minutes to yourself, you're just gonna be like, I'm in a fucking piss house.
I'm in this man's piss
Do
house.
walls need plaster? Is that the craziest question I've ever asked?
I don't know.
Is it when like there are holes in the wall you're plastering?
So yeah, right?
I
Why
think
else would you
plaster's like
plaster?
a layer over the foundation.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking
And
about.
then
Where
you
are some-
paint over that?
Yes.
Just some Brooklyn millennials.
Well, this is the thing about this
We don't know
story,
how to do
and many
anything.
of the other Reddits we read, is I immediately put myself in the role of the guy peeing in the plaster,
Yeah, totally.
and not with the guy who owns a house. And it is very much just your own personal background on that. I
Sure.
was showing a friend who's from high school who has money the movie Parasite recently.
Oh, yeah.
And he was watching it and he was like, "Oh no, it's awful what they're doing to this poor family." Like the whole time he was just like, and then they're hiding in this house that they worked so hard to get or whatever. And I was just like, you cannot imagine being the other people. You are always the guy who owns the house. And in this story, I am always the guy peeing in the bucket.
Right.
And
Because you've been
so,
fired from 10 jobs.
and only some of it had to do with pee.
Oh, no.
And so I will always be on the side of the peeing person who probably did nothing wrong. But if your wall does smell like pee forever, you can maybe sue him and maybe make him a legal slave of yours or a butler.
You know what? I think that this guy can talk his way out of it. I feel like there's probably someone who would believe that pee is good for your walls.
Oh, yeah,
Sure.
totally.
They used to use it as toothpaste at one point, pee.
Really?
I think so.
I might need to see a source on that one.
I feel like if you can pee on a jellyfish sting or whatever, or
Yeah.
a snake bite.
Of course
Urine
you
was
can
a
pee on
common
jellyfish.
ingredient in toothpaste and mouthwash until the 18th century.
Whose urine?
I think it was Portuguese.
This is
people.
the Google AI now.
This is what I was told in
Romans
high
cleaned
school.
their own teeth probably with their own urine.
They thought the ammonia helped.
Oh, and oyster shells.
These are the same people who thought like, oh, you have a bilious body, so that means you're temperamental. You know what I mean? Like old medicine.
Right.
The Romans used to buy bottles of Portuguese urine and use that as a rinse. This is something I learned in high school, and it stuck with me forever, and I can't, like, do parabolas anymore, but I know that the Romans like to brush their teeth with Portuguese.
Yeah,
urine.
that's way more interesting. Than,
It is.
Why
X equals
Portuguese
negative.
urine? Yeah. We get it. The line goes up.
Well, it does come back down
Where are they buying all this pee?
from Portugal.
So they'd like put it in the bottle
Anyway,
that
I
goes
feel
on a
like
ship or
if you like showed this to the person, you'd be like, "No, it's good for the whiteness of the plaster if I pee in it.
Yeah.
so
It's a binding substance."
anytime you see like an old painting and they have yellow teeth, it's not just that they're dirty; it's that they've been rubbing pee on it.
No, it's actually that they haven't been using enough pee because they were using it to whiten their teeth.
Oh,
Why Portuguese urine, I wonder? What's in their diet?
I don't know.
but why?
Ceviche.
The acorns they're eating.
Yeah.
They're not squirrels.
I don't know. The Romans.
Plátanos.
I don't know what they were up to. I
Huh.
think. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's good to learn stuff. Okay.
It's so important to learn. Anyway.
So how does this end?
The thing is, blah 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 blah. They said they would cost me. It said it would cost me extra. So this person wants to remove all of the plaster and start again. They said,
of course it would cost you extra. It's a whole.
Am I mad
fucking
here? Am I
job.
overreacting? I mean, I don't think I can prove that he has done this, but I don't want to take the chance. I feel like I understand that you're taking the side of the peeing guy,
Uh-huh.
but I do feel like if you catch someone peeing into your construction work, that they probably should just say, "We'll redo everything."
Yeah, totally.
I think it's
That
fine.
seems pretty reasonable.
Unless the wall stinks and you can prove it in court, I think you gotta just suck it
Yeah.
up and admit you deserve to have your walls peed in.
The bucket with the plaster and the urine has been kindly moved to the shed by my lovely partner. I've contacted the non-emergency number for the police. They were very confused to what the problem was, but I'm glad you got the police involved. I'm sure they'll fix it somehow.
God.
Maybe I just have a cop mind. I don't see the problem.
They shot the bucket a few times. They gave him a number for the company. I mean, this is a boring update. They're just like nothing happened.
Okay, so he didn't get any money off of his pee repairs.
They said they're going to fix it in the morning.
Whoa, I think these people are British.
Oh, really?
Oh,
We are having a chippy tea.
Oh my God.
I've had way too traumatized with an S.
Alex, you know what to press.
So you're still on the side of the chip.
Anglo spotted.
You wish you could go down the rabbit hole with them and see how far it goes.
You know, I think these people are posh and they're against the working chav.
Yeah, I
They're
think
bloody
you're right.
royals practically.
Yeah,
This is probably at Buckingham.
it's actually it's praxis to pee in the buckets of the upper class.
I'm surprised your bloody guard with his tall raccoon hat didn't spot them first and throw them in the dungeons. This is a biohazard. Shut the fuck up, Fickle Toe 1724.
Yeah, you know what?
Fickle toe.
You've convinced me fully. I'm on the pee guy's side.
It's revolution.
You had a wee in my plaster. Shut up.
I haven't been watching my chippy tea. Could be in me tea.
Now I gotta look up what a chippy tea is.
Oh yeah, we'll be watching.
Jamie, look up chippy
Look up
tea.
chippy tea.
Jamie,